development faster than an API key accidentally committed to version control. Even if you avoid that disaster, juggling credentials across local development and cloud environments often leads to tangled configuration files and security risks. Managing secrets with connections solves this by completely isolating your sensitive data from your flow logic. A connection in prompt flow is a dedicated resource that stores the endpoints and credentials required to interact with external services. If your flow needs to call an external language model, search the web using an external service, or query a remote database, it needs authorization. Instead of writing API keys directly into your Python scripts or configuration files, you create a connection. Your flow then references that connection by its name. By using connections, you decouple your secret data from your execution logic. Your code only knows that it requires a connection named, for example, main language model. It does not know the actual API key. Let us look at how this works when moving a project from your laptop to the cloud. When you develop locally, your connections are stored on your local disk. To maintain security, PromptFlow encrypts the secret values using a local encryption key. You can build and test your flow using this local setup without leaving plaintext keys exposed in your working directory. When you are ready to deploy this flow to Azure AI, the environment changes, but your code does not. In Azure AI, connections are securely backed by Azure Key Vault. The secrets are stored and managed within the Key Vault infrastructure, protected by strict access policies. This is the part that matters. Because your flow only references the connection by its name, transitioning from a local environment to the cloud requires zero changes to your flow logic. You simply ensure a connection with the identical name exists in your Azure workspace. When the flow runs in the cloud, it asks for main language model. The system seamlessly intercepts that request and provides the Key Vault-backed credentials instead of the local encrypted ones. Your code remains clean and environment agnostic. PromptFlow categorizes these connections into two main types. The first is strongly typed connections. These are built-in templates for widely used services like Azure OpenAI. They provide predefined fields for the endpoint URL, the API key, and the API type. The system knows exactly how to handle these fields, which keeps standard tool configuration straightforward. The second type is the custom connection. When you need to integrate an internal company API or a third-party service that lacks a built-in template, you use a custom connection. This acts as a flexible dictionary where you define your own key-value pairs. You can explicitly mark specific keys as secrets. Once marked, those custom secrets receive the exact same local encryption and key vault protection as the built-in connections. The defining value of connections is that they act as a strict abstraction layer for authentication, ensuring your flow remains completely portable and your secrets remain secure across any execution environment. That's all for this one. Thanks for listening and keep building.